So let's say your BMW gives you a little warning that says check low beam lights. So you turn on the lights and you head around the car, and your low beam light doesn't work. Well, here's how you replace it. Turn off the lights, turn off the ignition, take the key out, and open the hood. Now, Advanced Auto Parts has these for about $100 each, and you're supposed to replace them in pairs. I got this pair off Amazon for $35, so hopefully they work just as good, and we'll see how long they last. So that's what I got here. Chances are the dealership's going to charge you a lot for this, so hopefully the video will show you that it's actually not that difficult to do, and you can do it yourself. These are the tools you'll need. 10mm socket there with a little extension, Torx 20 screwdriver, some silicone spray helps, and something to keep the couple nuts and bolts in. The headlight's underneath this little cover here, which is held on by these screws, and looks like this little filter box breather thing is in the way, but that doesn't look like it's too hard to get off, so we just get this bolt off here, disconnect this hose, and we should be good. Alright, so this screw on top here is just a 10mm headed bolt. So we just take that right out. This is basically a breather or something, so there's not going to be any liquid in here. So you can just set these aside. Okay, so there's 3 screws for this cover that you need to remove. There's one right there, one there, and one right there. So just take a Torx screwdriver and get those out. So I got a Torx 20 screwdriver here, and now I can remove these screws. And then this little cover here, this one's broken, but it's supposed to have 2 snaps on it. So you just push down on that, and there would be one right over here, and that'll slide straight off. And you just slide this boot down the wire, move this cover over out of the way. I'm going to unplug this plug right here for this running light or high beam or whatever it is, I don't even know, just to get it out of the way. That way we can move this big plastic cover down, and then unplug this from the bulb just by twisting it, pushing down and twisting it counterclockwise. Now this black plastic ring is what holds it on, same as that plug. You push it down and turn it, and then it comes right out. Take note that that little wire piece is pointing in a downward direction, so the new one probably goes in the same way. So just compare the old and the new next to each other. The plugs look the same, the connections all look the same. Obviously the new one is a little bit shorter there, but I don't think that'll cause a problem. So as long as they look the same, you can just toss a new one right back in. Be careful not to touch the bulb at all, just hold it by the base. Okay, so the new bulb goes in just like the old one. Make sure that you keep that filament pointing down, because the bulb will only go in one way. Then you just push down on that black ring and turn it. Do the same with this plug. Push down, turn it clockwise. Then you can install this cover with those 3 Torx screws. Then you can just slide this thing back over here, slide this little clip on. And don't forget to reinstall this thingamajigger. Technical term there. Just slide the hose on the fitting there, and tighten down the screw that goes right there. And then it's a similar process for the other side, except that you're not removing that little charcoal breather canister, whatever it is. You're removing the air box. Clip here, you can just pull those off with your thumbs. Here, 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 and there. It's easy to do. Okay, so take the lid, just twist it off. It's held on with sort of an O-ring on there. Now that's off. You can pull the air filter out. Might as well check it while you're here. Yeah, this one it's got some fuzz in it, but to be honest, it doesn't look too bad. So I don't know when it was replaced, but it doesn't need to be replaced right now. So let's see, we got that screw there, that one there. That one looks like it's just a plastic thing going into a hole, so probably don't need to mess with that. And then this little breather tube. So I don't see anything else around here. Holds it on, so I guess get a 10mm and remove those two bolts there. And let's see what it takes to get this guy out of here. Okay, and then you can lift this whole thing out. There you go. Just set that aside. And now we can repeat the process on this side. So, take off these 3 screws. Well, that little clip there is being kind of annoying, so we probably don't even need to take that off. So, hopefully you're watching this video in its entirety before you do this on your own car. But you really don't have to worry about getting this clip off of here. You can really just spray some silicone spray. This works great for rubber and plastic pieces to get them all slippery, especially if exhaust hangers, those little rubber exhaust hangers. This works great for getting them to slide off the pins. So just spray a little bit there, and this will slide like butter. Alright, so you just twist and turn to the left. Set that aside. Just push and turn to the left, and the bulb will come out. There it is, and once again, that little thin piece was at the bottom. And you see this won't go in any other way. You see this notch here? It fits into that little notch there. So there's no other way that this bulb can fit. Take the new bulb with that slot pointing upward. And a little retaining ring can go on there. And you can plug in the wire there. And just slide this back into position. And install the 3 Torx screws. Alright, so once you got those 3 screws tightened down, take the air box, just kind of put it into position here like this. First you get that piece to fit into the cowling there of the radiator. Get it to drop into place. Thread these 2 bolts in. Tighten them down. You can toss your filter back in, new one if it needs it. And then the airbox lid can go back on. So you just take it and slide it onto the airflow sensor there. And snap it down onto the airbox. Snap it to the mass airflow sensor. And you're done. And then take your key. BMWs are weird. The ignition has to be on for the lights to be on, which I guess is sort of a good thing. Let's turn the ignition on. Turn on the headlight. Alright, well I hope this video has helped you out. It's really a simple process. This probably took me about half an hour even with filming it, so that means positioning the camera and making sure it's not going to fall, making sure you can see what I'm doing, and only using half my hands. So I'm sure if you're pretty quick with things, you can probably do it in 15 minutes. But give yourself half an hour just in case you drop something and you got to find it. It's a pretty easy job, and I'd say that anybody with these tools would be able to follow my video and do it. It's not that complicated of a job, and you could definitely save yourself a lot of money. Instead of taking it to the dealership or taking it to a shop, because they'll probably charge you an hour labor just to change light bulbs. So it's really not a bad idea to try doing it yourself. And not only that, but taking it to a shop, they'll mark up the price of the bulb because they want to make money on the bulb too. So even if they can get it for $30, they'll probably charge you $100 or more just so that they can make some profit. And they don't care if they find the most expensive bulb for you because you're paying for it. So they don't shop around as much as you will for the good price.